So the challenge is you have this programmatic marketplace, which gives buyers unrivaled access to scale and enormous efficiencies. But the problem is because it's so automated, it opens the door to new types of fraudulent activity. As we have scaled up, as programmatic has become a bigger and bigger part of online advertising, we've had to really spend a lot of time thinking about ways to improve our ability to identify fraudulent activity and remove it from the platform. Well, at the very top of the list is non-human traffic. That's traffic that's being generated either in data centers through kind of brute force techniques, or it's traffic that's coming from botnets. That is, large networks of compromised PCs that are under the control of a third party, and they can direct the traffic from those PCs to really whatever site they want. So that is what we spend most of our time really trying to identify and root out. Next is domain laundering or misrepresentation. That's where the domain that's being represented to the buyer in the bid request differs from where the ad is actually being sold. The third type has to do with the implementation. So there are times where an ad is shown to a real human being, but in a way where the human can never see it. So it might be served within a 1:1 iframe, for instance. So it still registers as an impression being served, but is never actually seen, doesn't have the ability to be seen by a human being. So we see these types of fraud mainly originating from residential IP addresses. And so what that tells us is that most of this traffic is coming from botnets, from these networks of compromised PCs, as opposed to data centers. And that makes sense because the botnets, they can look like real human traffic. And so unless you have a very sophisticated approach to validating the traffic, it can be easy to miss. That's kind of the big challenge for us, is being able to distinguish between real human traffic versus robotic traffic on a machine that might be sending in both types. Well, it depends on the type of partner. So if we're talking about a third party, you want to make sure that the company is well established, that you want to see which sorts of publishers or advertisers they're already working with, get references, understand how their technology works, see what is their willingness to kind of share some of the details with you.